Hey, did you see that LIC just launched a new product called Smart Pension? It sounds pretty interesting.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think I caught something about that. It's a non par, non linked individual or group savings immediate annuity plan, right? It's available for sale from February 18th, 2025.
Exactly. So, what does non par, non linked even mean in this context?
Good question. Well, non par means it's a non participating policy, so it won't be entitled to any discretionary benefits like bonuses. And non link means it's not tied to the performance of any investment funds. The returns are guaranteed.
Ah, that makes sense. So, it's basically a straightforward savings plan that gives you immediate annuity payments and the rates are guaranteed at the start.
Precisely. It's designed to provide a steady income stream right away, which can be super helpful for retirement planning.
That does sound appealing. It seems like it's mainly for the domestic market, I guess.
Yeah, it is targeted towards the domestic market, aimed at individuals and groups looking for immediate annuity options. It's available both offline through agents and online.
Okay, so who exactly can take advantage of this plan?
Well, it offers both single life and joint life annuity options. The joint life annuity can be taken between any two lineal descendants or ascendants of a family, like grandparents, parents, children, grandchildren, or even spouses or siblings or parents in law.
Wow, that's a pretty wide range of relationships. So, what are some of the key features that stand out?
A big one is the wide range of annuity options. You've got single life and joint life options, different payment modes like yearly, half yearly, quarterly, and monthly, and even incentives for higher purchase prices and existing policyholders.
Incentives are always good. What kind of annuity options are we talking about here?
There are a lot actually. For single life, you've got options like life annuity certain for different periods like 5, 10, 15, or 20 years, and life thereafter, or even life annuity increasing at a simple rate of 3% or 6% per annum. Then there are options with return of purchase price too.
Return of purchase price? Tell me more.
Sure, there are options where the purchase price is returned either fully or partially after you hit a certain age, like 75 or 80. There's even an option where 5% of the purchase price is returned each year after you hit 76 until you're 95.
Okay, those sound interesting. What about the joint life options?
For joint life, you can choose options where 50% or 100% of the annuity continues to the secondary annuitant after the primary annuitant passes away. Some options even have the annuity increasing at 3% or 6% per annum.
So, it's really about choosing what works best for your specific situation and family needs, right?
Exactly. The key is to assess your financial goals and risk tolerance to pick the annuity option that fits you best. Just a quick reminder, though, that we advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions. Disclaimer, you know.
Good point. Now, what are the eligibility conditions and other restrictions?
Well, if you're buying through agents or intermediaries, the minimum purchase price is 1 lakh rupees. Also, the minimum annuity you can get per month is 1,000 rupees. Quarterly is 3,000 rupees. Half yearly is 6,000 rupees and yearly is 12,000 rupees. There is no maximum annuity limit.
Got it. And what about the age limits for getting into this plan?
The minimum and maximum age at entry vary depending on the annuity option you choose. For some options, the minimum age is 18, while for others it's higher. The maximum age can go up to 85 for some options, and even 100 for a specific annuity option.
That's quite a range. Are there any exceptions to the minimum purchase price or annuity rules?
Yes, actually. If the plan is purchased for the benefit of a dependent person with a disability, the minimum purchase price can be as low as 50,000 rupees. Also, if it's purchased by subscribers of the National Pension System, the restrictions are as per PFRDA rules, but the minimum purchase price still can't be less than 50,000 rupees.
That's good to know, making it more accessible for different situations. So, what happens when the annuitant dies? What kind of benefits are there?
That depends on the annuity option chosen. Some options, like option A, simply cease annuity payments upon death. Others, like the annuity certain options, will continue payments to the nominee for the remainder of the specified period.
And what about the options with return of purchase price?
In those cases, like option D, the nominee gets the balance of the purchase price, meaning the original price minus all the annuity payments already made. If the annuity payments have exceeded the purchase price, then there's no death benefit.
Okay, so it's important to consider the death benefits when choosing the right option. Now, what about maturity benefits?
There is no maturity benefit under this plan. It's purely an immediate annuity plan. So the benefits are focused on providing income during your lifetime.
Right, that makes sense. How do they actually pay out the annuity?
You can choose to receive annuity payments yearly, half yearly, quarterly, or monthly. The payments are made in arrears, meaning after the completion of the period. So if you choose yearly, you'll get your first payment after a year from the start of the policy.
Are there any incentives for choosing a less frequent payment mode?
Actually, yes. They use something called a modal annuity conversion factor. If you choose yearly, the factor is 1.00. For half yearly, it's 0.98. Quarterly is 0.97 and monthly is 0.96. So you get a bit more if you choose less frequent payments.
Interesting. What other incentives are there in this plan?
Well, existing LIC policyholders or nominees or beneficiaries of deceased policyholders get a 0.15% increase in the tabular annuity rate.
That's a nice perk for loyal customers. Any other incentives?
Yes, there's an incentive for direct sales. If you buy the policy online, you get a 2.50% increase in the annuity rate. And if you're a National Pension Scheme subscriber, you get an even higher boost of 3.00%. But you can only choose one of those two, not both.
Got it. So online or NPS subscriber, but not both. What about higher purchase prices? Do they get rewarded?
Definitely, there's an incentive for higher purchase prices too. The higher the purchase price, the greater the addition to the annuity rates.
Can you give me an example of how that works?
Sure. For annuity options like C1, C2, H1, H2, I1, and I2, if your purchase price is between 5 lakhs rupees and 9 lakhs 99,999 rupees, you get an additional 1.40 rupees per 1,000 rupees purchase price. If it's between 10 lakhs rupees and 24 lakhs 99,999 rupees, you get 1.80 rupees. And so on, up to 2.30 rupees for 1 crore rupees and above.
Okay, so the more you invest, the better the annuity rate you get.
Exactly. It's like getting a bulk discount, but for your retirement income. For the other annuity options, the numbers are a little different, but the principle is the same.
This is all great info. Hey listeners, if you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Appreciate that. Now, what kind of options are available for payment of the death benefit?
I was just about to ask that.
Well, if there's a death benefit payable, the annuitant can choose how they want the nominee to receive it. They can opt for a lump sum payment, annuitization of the death benefit, or payment in installments over 5, 10, or 15 years.
Annuitization of the death benefit sounds interesting. How does that work?
Basically, the death benefit amount is used to purchase an immediate annuity for the nominee. The annuity amount depends on the nominee's age and the prevailing annuity rates at the time of death. It can be used for full or part of the benefit amount.
And what about receiving the death benefit in installments?
With that option, the nominee receives the benefit in installments over a chosen period, like 5, 10, or 15 years. The installments are paid in advance at yearly, half-yearly, quarterly, or monthly intervals. There's a minimum installment amount for each mode of payment.
Are there any liquidity options available in this plan?
Yes, but only under annuity options F and J. After 5 years from the start of the policy, you can exercise a liquidity option to receive a lump sum amount in return for a reduction in future annuity payments and other benefits.
Interesting. What are the conditions for exercising this liquidity option?
You can exercise it a maximum of 3 times under the policy, and the total lump sum benefits you can get can't exceed 60% of the purchase price. Also, after exercising the option, your annuity amount, death benefit, and other benefits will be reduced accordingly.
Okay, so it's a way to access some cash if you need it, but it comes at the cost of reducing your future benefits.
Exactly. It's like tapping into your retirement savings early, but you have to be aware of the consequences.
Are there any advanced annuity options?
Yes, under annuity option J, if one of the annuitants dies, the survivor has the option to withdraw the discounted cash value of annuity payable during an advance annuity period of 5 years as a lump sum.
What's the catch there?
Well, you can only exercise this option within 1 year from the date of the first death. The advance annuity amount is calculated by discounting the annuity installments payable during that period. And if the surviving annuitant surrenders or dies after receiving the advance annuity, the surrender or death benefit will be reduced by the advanced annuity amount.
Okay, so there are definitely trade-offs to consider. What about the annuity accumulation option you mentioned earlier?
That's an interesting one. It allows you to defer and accumulate your annuity payments for a block of 5 consecutive years. This option is available under all annuity options.
Why would someone want to defer their annuity payments?
Well, maybe they don't need the income right now, or they want to accumulate it at a higher rate. Each deferred annuity payment is accumulated at a certain rate for 5 years from its due date, and then the accumulated value is paid out at the end of that period.
What's the catch with this accumulation option?
You can exercise it a maximum of 3 times during the policy term, and you can't take out a loan during the accumulation period. If you die during the accumulation period, your nominee gets the accumulated value of the deferred payments.
Are there any options tailored for specific groups like NPS subscribers or people with disabilities?
Yes, if you're an NPS subscriber, the annuity options allowed as per PFRD regulations are available to you. And if you have a dependent person with a disability, you can purchase the plan for their benefit in specific ways, either as a nominee or a secondary annuitant.
That's great to see, making sure different groups have access to these benefits. Is there anything for people with overseas pension schemes?
Yes, if this policy is purchased as a qualifying recognized overseas pension scheme through transfer of UK tax relieved assets, then certain terms and conditions prescribed by HMRC will apply. For instance, the minimum age is 55 years.
I see. So it's quite comprehensive in covering various scenarios. Now, what if someone wants to surrender the policy?
You can surrender the policy at any time, but only under certain annuity options. D, E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, F, and J. The surrender value depends on the annuity option and the policy year in which you surrender.
Is there a significant loss on surrender?
There can be, yes. So it's always advisable to continue the policy if possible, as it's designed as a long-term contract.
That makes sense. What about loans? Can you take out a loan against this policy?
Yes, loan facility is available after 3 months from the completion of the policy or after the free look period, whichever is later. But it's only available under certain annuity options: E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, F, and J.
What are the terms and conditions for taking out a loan?
The maximum loan amount is such that the effective annual interest on the loan doesn't exceed 50% of the annual annuity amount, and it's capped at 80% of the surrender value. The loan interest is recovered from your annuity payments.
It's good to know there's a loan option if needed, but it sounds like it can impact your annuity income. Well, this was very helpful.
My pleasure.